Been waiting on these. Shelomi Sanders' simple four-word message silently roars through Deion Sanders' recovery as Aggies-Inspired gift sparks unexpected reaction. By ABF Sports. As the sports world watches Deion coach prime, Sanders recover from a mysterious health condition that has kept him away from the Colorado Buffaloes throughout most of June. A quiet but powerful moment between father and daughter has managed to pierce the veil of concern and draw renewed attention to a bond deeper than football. It was just four words, been waiting on these. But those four words, written by his youngest daughter Shelomi Sanders on a photo of her brand new sneakers, were enough to trigger an emotional chain reaction from the Sanders family patriarch. A proud repost by Deion Sanders himself told fans all they needed to know. Coach Prime may be battling an invisible opponent, but the smallest gestures from his family continue to be his biggest sources of strength. And this wasn't just any pair of sneakers. The shoes that stirred this subtle but moving interaction were a crisp pair of white Nike trainers lined with a striking maroon hue, a color clearly inspired by Shelomi's own school, Alabama A&M University, which dons similar tones. That same maroon shade is often associated with another famous program, the Texas A&M Aggies. And while some debate whether the color is more crimson or maroon, there is no debate about the emotional impact the gift had on the Sanders family. A father's silence, broken by a daughter's joy. Over the past month, Deion Sanders' social media presence has noticeably dwindled, replaced by sporadic health updates and cryptic but motivational messages. Fans accustomed to his fiery energy, confident interviews, and commanding sideline presence were left wondering what exactly Coach Prime was going through. Then came Shelomi's post, not a flashy video or a scripted tribute, just a photo and four words that resonated with the kind of warmth and authenticity only a family bond can bring. Deion not only reposted the photo but highlighted it, breaking a long social silence that many fans interpreted as a sign of withdrawal. Instead, it turns out, Coach Prime wasn't retreating. He was recovering, recalibrating, and reconnecting with what matters most: family, faith, and football. Deion's health scare, the unseen battle. Deion Sanders hasn't gone into detail about what health issue he's dealing with, but during a rare appearance on his show Say What Needs to Be Said, he gave fans a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the toll it's taken on him physically and emotionally. "I've done no media. I've done nothing for a minute," Sanders confessed. "So coming on with you is something. I ain't been in front of nobody for a minute. I lost about 14 pounds. I'm coming back, but I needed this." The candor in his voice and the noticeable weight loss raised alarm bells, but Deion's resolve shone through. Despite his condition, he has not stopped studying, preparing, and mentally training. He even shared a throwback to his Super Bowl days, reminiscing about the VHS tapes he used to study his opponents, tapes that are still part of his personal library today. "There's this iconic picture of me sitting in the locker room before the Super Bowl," he said. "I'm sitting up there with some $sign drawers. Those were my lucky drawers. And I'm looking at the VHS tape of my opponent. I studied so much. Bro, I knew everything about them cats. I knew them like the back of my hand." It was classic Deion, a mix of humor, humility, and hyperfocus. But this time, the focus isn't just on winning games. It's on healing, and he's using everything he's learned over decades in the game to mount what may be one of the most important comebacks of his life. A coach's toolbox: tactics, tape, and tactical vests. While most fans know Deion Sanders as a charismatic leader on the sidelines, few realize just how obsessively detail-oriented he is behind the scenes. That mindset hasn't faded during his recovery. Even while resting, he's been seen performing light exercises, often while wearing a tactical weight vest, an emblem of his refusal to be passive in his own rehabilitation. Instagram videos have shown Sanders doing resistance band routines and balancing exercises, reminding everyone that even when he's away from Folsom Field, he's never truly off the clock. Yet, it's not the tactical vest or the VHS tapes that are doing the most healing. It's the presence, physical or virtual, of his family. The family that powers Coach Prime. If there's one constant in Deion Sanders' life, it's his children. And during this recovery period, no one has been more visibly present than his eldest son, Deion Sanders Jr. The two have been seen side by side in numerous Instagram stories, fishing, sharing meals, even just riding in the car together. Deion Jr. has become more than just a son during this time. He's become Coach Prime's right-hand man, filming and editing content, providing emotional support, and occasionally stepping into the role of hype man when his father's voice faltered. But it was Shelomi's understated message that seemed to hit hardest. At just 20 years old, Shelomi has been quietly building her own identity, choosing Alabama A&M, a proud HBCU, for her college journey. The decision reflected more than just academic preference. It was a nod to legacy, history, and a deliberate step into a world that mirrors much of her father's journey. When she posted that simple line, "Been waiting on these," it wasn't just about sneakers. It was a symbolic milestone. A young woman claiming her space, her style, and her story, while still tethered to a father who's inspired millions. And Coach Prime noticed. The color of confidence, maroon with meaning. Color has always been a powerful form of nonverbal communication, especially in sports. Shelomi's sneakers, blending white and a rich maroon tone, do more than reflect school pride. They evoke a sense of tradition, loyalty, and identity. Alabama A&M's color scheme may share similarities with Texas A&M's, but in this context, the hue was personal. For Shelomi, it symbolized her new chapter. For Deion, it was a reminder that while he's sidelined temporarily, the game and the family legacy continues through his children. To some fans, it was just a shoe drop. To Deion Sanders, it was fuel. Social media reacts. Fans rallied behind the Sanders family. The repost of Shelomi's sneaker story by Deion set off a wave of reactions across social media. Thousands of fans flooded the comments with supportive messages, well wishes, and reflections on how the Sanders family continues to serve as a beacon of strength in both the sports and HBCU communities. Some of the top comments included, "She got that prime swagger already. Coach, we miss you but glad to see you're still watching over your squad, both on and off the field. Those shoes ain't just drip, they're history." The interaction has even sparked conversation among college football fans about the evolving role of women in HBCU sports narratives, with some wondering if Shelomi may take a larger public role down the line. More than a comeback, a reset. As July rolls in, the Colorado Buffaloes are already preparing for fall camp, but the absence of their leader has cast a long shadow. Still, insiders believe Deion Sanders could make his return before the camp officially kicks off. If he does, he'll arrive leaner, more reflective, and perhaps even more determined than ever before. This isn't just a comeback from a health scare. It's a full system reset, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And while fans may clamor for X's and O's, locker room speeches, and post-game celebrations, it's the quieter moments like Shelomi's forward post that remind us all what really powers greatness. It's not just tape. It's not just talent.